early days of Indian democracy, elections were conducted using traditional paper ballots. But in a bid to modernize the electoral process and enhance efficiency, a significant transition took place: the introduction of electronic voting machines or EVMs. Let's take a look into how the transition from paper ballots to EVMs in Lok Sabha elections took place. So before the advent of EVMs, voters cast their votes by marking their choices on paper ballots. These ballots were then placed in steel ballot boxes. Counting paper ballots was a time-consuming process, often requiring days or even weeks to tally the votes accurately. Additionally, there were concerns about ballot stuffing, tampering, and errors in counting. So to curb the issue, electronic voting machines, the game changer in the world of elections, came into the picture. EVMs are electronic devices that allow voters to cast their votes by pressing buttons or using touchscreens. With EVMs, the voting process became faster, more efficient, and more accurate. Voters simply press a button next to the candidate of their choice and their vote is recorded electronically. There are several advantages of using EVMs over paper ballots. The first one being speed. Well, EVMs streamline the voting process, reducing waiting time at polling stations and enabling quicker results on election day. Secondly, it's more accurate as it minimizes the risk of errors in counting and eliminate the possibility of ballot tampering or stuffing. EVMs are also cost-effective than paper ballots as they reduce the need for printing, transporting, and storing large quantities of paper. But transitioning from paper ballots to EVMs wasn't without its challenges. It required extensive training for election officials and voters alike to familiarize themselves with the new technology. Some political parties and activists raised concern about the security and reliability of EVMs. They feared that the machines could be hacked or manipulated to alter election results. To address these concerns, the Election Commission of India implemented several measures to ensure the integrity and security of EVMs. These measures included randomization. EVMs are randomly allocated to polling stations to prevent bias or manipulation. Testing and certification. EVMs undergo rigorous testing and certification processes to ensure that they function correctly and cannot be tampered with. Voter Verifiable Paper Audit Trail or VVPAT. To enhance transparency and accountability, VVPAT machines were introduced. These machines provided voters with a proper receipt confirming their vote, which can be verified by the voter and used as a backup in the case of disputes. Despite these safeguards, doubts about the reliability of EVMs persisted, leading to calls for greater transparency and accountability in the electoral process. Over the years, EVMs have become an integral part of Lok Sabha elections, with millions of voters casting their votes electronically in each election cycle. And while the transition from paper ballots to EVMs was not without its challenges, it has ultimately led to a more efficient, accurate, and transparent electoral process. Because in the end, what matters most is every voice is heard and every vote counts in shaping the future of our nation.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.